What's up, everybody? Nick Ehrlich here with the Lean Life Revolution, and today, as promised, I'm going to answer 3 questions for a special installment of Q&A Friday. Now, you guys have submitted these questions, and you guys have put really good questions in this week. I'm going to answer them now. So, first things first, I got a couple questions about supplements on a budget. A lot of people asked if you have a limited budget, but you want to get a few supplements for your routine, what are good supplements to get? The 3 that I would get, and this is in order of importance. Number 1 is a whey protein powder. Okay, far and away number 1. It's a great way to get more protein into your meals. It's a great way to get meals on the go. It's a great way to get simple protein right after a workout. Whey protein is super, super important. That's number 1, far and away. Number 2 is a really good high quality fish oil. Okay, I like fish oil. It helps you heal up. It helps you feel better. It just boosts your overall health. At any time where I feel like my muscles or my joints are all banged up, I up my fish oil, and that helps to alleviate those symptoms. And a lot of people who train hard swear by taking fish oil when they feel really, really sore. And then finally, the third thing is a branched chain amino acid. Just a BCAA to drink while you're working out and with your post-workout meal. That's just one of those things that it's nice to get those aminos into your body while your body's doing that repairing of its tissue. And if you can get a high-quality branched chain amino acid, I think that's a great supplement. I like powders as opposed to pills because I can put it in water and then kind of sip it throughout a workout. But it's your preference, whatever you want to do. And there are a lot of companies that have really high quality nutrients in those supplements. But those are 3 that I would suggest on a budget. Whey protein, fish oil, branched chain amino acids. So boom. Question number 1, problem solved. Okay. Question number 2, I got a couple questions about rehydrating after a workout. Now, things like coconut water and Gatorade and G2 are things that people go to a lot when they think about hydration. But if you're drinking water before, during, and after exercise, you're rarely ever getting to a point that I would call dehydrated, to the point that just water wouldn't solve that for you. Now, that being said, there are 2 points where I will include one of those sports drinks in my diet program. Number 1 is if I'm working out in the extreme heat. And I know I'm going to be sweating a ton. So if I do a hill workout or a sprint workout or an outdoor boot camp, or I just go for a long run, but we're talking it's August and it's 100 degrees and I know that I'm going to lose a couple pounds sweating, at that point I'm going to go to a rehydrator, only because I haven't been drinking that entire time. I don't bring water with me when I go run or do a lot of that stuff because I try to get it done inside of an hour. So when I get home, I'm going to need a little bit of a boost in terms of rehydrating. But not a huge one. So even then, I don't do that a lot. And the other time is after a really hard resistance training workout. Like let's say, I did my legs today. I absolutely annihilated my legs. Now, I came home and had a meal after that with a lean protein, a vegetable, and some simple carbohydrates to start repairing my muscle tissue. But if I didn't have a simple carb handy, that's when I would go to a sports drink just to get that little hint of sugar, to start kind of spurring my muscle recovery. Because remember, your protein is the building blocks, but carbs are what move those building blocks to your muscles. So you need to make sure that your pre and post workout meals have a little bit of carbohydrate in them, especially if you're doing resistance training. Not so much for pure cardio or for fat burning stuff like Tabata workouts or interval training, but for resistance training, you need those carbs. So I'm sooner to use a drink like that post-resistance training than I would as a rehydrator. And when I do use one of those, I like Pedialyte. Pedialyte is really scientifically proven to be like the best rehydrator on the market. I don't think it tastes terrible, and it's easy to keep around. So I always have a couple bottles of Pedialyte in the fridge, and there you go. When I was still doing jiu-jitsu tournaments and making weight for stuff, I would use that as my rehydrator all the time. I like the strawberry flavor. That's just me. So that's 2. Number 3, a couple of you guys actually asked about post-workout stretching or foam rolling. I am a huge fan of foam rolling before and after workouts, as well as stretching, but stretching more after than before. Foam rolling is one of the best things that you can do to your body outside of exercising to relieve muscle pain, to elongate muscles, to break up sticky muscle fibers, and just to make sure that your muscles are staying limber and supple, which is a really important thing, especially as you start resistance training more and more. Think about this, right? As your muscles heal up, it's natural to think that they're going to get a little knotted up when you're doing all that breaking down and rebuilding. And foam rolling helps to really express all that kind of congestion, if you will, in your muscles and in your fascial tissue that keeps you feeling really tight. And so I think foam rolling is the best thing you can do outside of diet and exercise. So the way I do it is I bought a foam roller. You can buy them on Amazon for a couple bucks. You put it wherever you watch TV in the afternoons and the evenings, and that way when you're sitting around, when you're kicking back, when you're getting ready to go to bed, you jump on that foam roller and you just kind of work out your legs, your hips, your glutes, your back. I like to work out my shoulders and my lats up here. It's just a great evening practice and helps loosen you up. If you have the time in the mornings, I would do it too. But you even see more pro sports teams having foam rollers and other types of rollers at their facility or even on the field for guys. Because it keeps guys' muscles loose. The worst thing you can do is leave the gym with a pump. You know what I mean? When you just crush chest and biceps and you got all that blood in there and you feel enormous, you want to do something to kind of get all that out of there. You know what I mean? You don't want to leave pumped up like that unless you're going somewhere where you're going to take your shirt off, like the beach or the supermarket or a bowling alley. But outside of that, you want to make sure that you cool down, you roll out, you stretch out. So I like to roll before and afterwards, but I only like to stretch after. Unless I have something that's super tight that I think needs a lot of attention before I work out, I leave my stretching to afterwards because as an athletic trainer told me when I was really little, it kind of lets your body know that it's done. So I like that as a practice afterwards. So Q&A Friday, 3 questions answered. You are welcome. Have a great weekend. We'll see you right back here. Thanks for joining the revolution.